Hello, hello. Okay, so enough about skincare and makeup for now. Let's talk sweet potatoes. Are you a fan of sweet potatoes like I am? I love sweet potato fries. You can buy them in the frozen section at the grocery store. You can get them in a restaurant. Okay, thunder and lightning. Loud. But moving forward, no matter where I've had sweet potato fries, they're never crispy, crunchy like a regular French fry. Excuse me. They just aren't. So I'm gonna make them at home. And I've made them before, and I've not made them again in a while. I've had the bagged ones from the freezer section. It's like, I've got these beautiful sweet potatoes. Why not do my own? I know what's going in them. I know where they're coming from. You know, the frozen ones, I don't think there's too much bad stuff in there, but why not do them yourself? Because you can bake them in the oven and you really can get them just about as crispy as you can with doing the ones from the freezer. I mean, they just don't get super crispy. So here's what I've done to prep. I have washed and scrubbed my sweet potato with my Norwex vegetable cloth, just like that. And if you're not careful, you'll actually take the skin off with that cloth, but I love that Norwex cloth. So I washed and scrubbed my sweet potatoes. I peeled a sweet potato already. I cut it in half, and then I started cutting it into strips. And I'm trying to keep them fairly uniform, but that's not my forte. But it's close enough, right? So my next thing, after I get the entire sweet potato cut up, is I will toss them in a bowl that has olive oil and sea salt or kosher salt, whichever one I have. I've got the oven heating to 400. I need to check that and see if that really needs to be 450. If this weather keeps up, I may lose power and I may not have anything cooking in the oven. But I'm gonna finish these up and get them ready to go in the oven, and I will be back and show you that. My sweet potato all cut up, and I'm going to take a little olive oil and just drizzle just a tiny little bit down in my bowl. Roll that around a little bit. Then I'm going to dump my fries in. I'm going to add a little more olive oil just on top. Then I'm going to just take my salad tongs and just try to toss these around in that olive oil just to get them coated a little bit. I did up the oven to 425, checked the recipe, said 425. I'm loosely following the recipe, but I wondered if 400 might be a little too low. I sprayed, I put a layer of aluminum foil on my pan and the shiny side down. Sprayed it with just a little bit of vegetable spray. Now, I've got a little concoction here. I had said I was going to use just sea salt or kosher salt. Then I remembered my chipotle seasoning, and I love chipotle with sweet potato. I will put that on a baked sweet potato any day of the week. So I'm just going to sprinkle this on here. Oh, that smells so good. I can't even tell you what all is in there. I'd have to look up that recipe as well. Another loose recipe. And then I'm just gonna start tossing again. Now, like I said, I find that most sweet potato fries are not really crispy through and through. They may be crispy on the outside, but they're never crispy through and through like a regular French fry can be. So because of that, it doesn't bother me to bake these in the oven and not get super crispy. Okay, so there's that. So I'm going to take my baking sheet and just put these on here and try to get them in a single layer where they're not overlapping. Actually, I need that tong back. I'm going to spread them out. Hopefully none land on the floor. I could wear gloves if I had them, but hey, who has gloves, right? Out of gloves. And like I've said before, when I was doing my lip color video, I'm the only one here, so what is it gonna hurt to contaminate them? Because I'm the only one eating. Okay, so now I'm going to pop these in the oven and think about what kind of dipping sauce that I want. I'm kind of low on ketchup. I like to mix up chili sauce and ketchup for like a spicy kick, but I don't think I have much ketchup, so I'm gonna have to make it go as far as I can or come up with another idea. So I'll be back when these come out of the oven. Like 20 minutes in the oven, toss them after 10 minutes or turn them after 10 minutes. So while those are in the oven, I'm gonna work on a dipping sauce. This is all the ketchup I have. One teeny tiny little bottle of ketchup. Do you think it needs to go on my list? I think it needs to go on my emergency list. I don't eat a lot of ketchup anymore because I don't eat a lot of burgers and fries. But if I'm gonna have sweet potato fries, I want a not quite cocktail sauce, but I want a dipping sauce that's got a kick to it. And I like ketchup. So I am going to, if I can open it, first of all, I'm gonna pray that this is not old. And I'm gonna dump all this out in this bowl. And then the other ingredient that I have, I need to make sure I can get every bit of that out, is sweet chili sauce. So I'm just gonna mix in a little bit of this sweet chili sauce, and I might even find something else to add a little bit of a kick to it, because I kind of like it hot, although I guess I need to take it easy because I did season those, unlike the frozen from the bag. I seasoned those with my chipotle seasoning, so I need to be careful. So I'm just gonna mix in a little of this chili sauce, not measuring, and then just stir it together. And I better taste it. Let's see, what have I got? A little baby spoon. So let me give it another good stir. Put some on that spoon. Just right. Sweet, tart, tangy, and it's gonna get a little more heat from the seasoning that I put on them. So that was probably a tablespoon or two maybe of that, and this is 2.25 ounces of ketchup. Heinz ketchup. That and Del Monte are about the only ketchups that I really want. So there's that. All right, so when these come out of the oven, This will be in the fridge until then, until they've come out of the oven and then cooled a little bit. And then I've got them out of the oven. I did put them on the broil for just a little bit. Now that great big sweet potato, this is all it did. So it does not make a lot. They shrink up. It's all that water that's in those sweet potatoes, I assume. So now I will let these cool a little bit, and then I will get my dipping sauce out and dig in. I've got, that's not gonna be my entire meal. Got my kale salad ready to go. I've been eating a lot of kale salad during this pandemic situation. I bought the big bag. I'm not letting it go to waste, so I'm eating kale every day. So when I come out of this, hopefully I'll be a little bit healthier than when I went in. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the sweet potato fry recipe.